What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giants video. And in this video, we're going to talk about NFL Network's Kyle Brandt predicting playoffs for the New York Giants in the year 2020. Now, all analysts on the NFL Network actually had something positive to say about the New York Giants, which is a shock in itself because usually we all know that the media pundits and the analysts and everybody else likes to rag on the New York Giants. They don't give them any credit. They're always sleeping on them. And again, with good reason, the Giants have been one of the worst teams in the league since 2017, maybe the worst team in the league since 2017, an absolute laughing stock and pretty much a speed bump for everybody in our division outside of Washington and pretty much everybody else that's played us. So I understand a lot of the negativity that goes towards the New York Giants. I don't like it, but I do completely understand it. But I do believe that a lot of Giants fans feel like we're going in the right direction. We've had a couple really good years of drafts, and I know everybody's very high on the coaching staff. There's a lot of good minds there, and there's a lot of good football philosophy, but once again, we got to put it together on the field. And Kyle Brandt has gone out of his way to make the bold prediction that the Giants will make the postseason in 2020. He also said that Saquon Barkley will emerge as the best running back in the NFL, that 9 months from now, they'll be talking about Saquon Barkley, and oh my God, how good is this guy really? Now, I think Giants fans know in general, I think many Giants fans will tell you that Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football. He's certainly the most talented. I don't think there's a more talented guy when you put all of the abilities together, the speed, the strength, the ability to receive, and the home run hitting power that the guy has from anywhere on the field. Now, Christian McCaffrey is a fantastic running back. He also does a lot of the same things that Saquon Barkley does. He's just not quite as elusive as a Saquon Barkley. But Saquon Barkley's got the full complement of physical gifts to be the best running back in the league. And like I said, many Giants fans and other people also believe that he is a very special running back in this league, but obviously with a really bad offensive line and being beat up last year, he had a subpar season, if you call it. He had over 1,000 yards, even though he was injured for half the season, and played behind one of the worst offensive lines in football with a beat-up wide receiving core and rookie quarterback. It just tells you the absolute God-given talent that Saquon Barkley does possess. And with a new offensive line coach, new philosophy as far as offense goes, where I know a lot of people said Jason Garrett, Cowboys fans, say he throws the ball too much, but that's not true. Dallas just ran a lot of plays because Ezekiel Elliott had the second most rushing attempts in the league last year. And if Saquon Barkley gets to that point where he has the second most rushing attempts in the league, he's probably going to lead the league in rushing yards. I can't imagine that he wouldn't. He's averaged over 5 yards a carry in his career, and we all know, we see the talent here every week with the New York Giants. But again, I mean, I would love to be that optimistic about the New York Giants. I know that there are fans out there that do believe we'll make the playoffs this season. And again, I try not to be pessimistic. I want to be optimistic, and I'm telling you, I do this every year, guys, where when the schedule first comes out, I'm always skeptical. I always give us 5 or 6 wins at just where it is. Last year, I think I gave us 7. And then as the season gets closer, I become more and more optimistic. I'm like, well, maybe this team will win 8 games. Maybe this team will win 9 games. Maybe this team will beat the Eagles or Cowboys this year. Maybe this team can make the play. It happens to me every year. And I'm not going to be surprised if it happens to me again where I start getting pumped for football once it gets here and I'm ready to say the New York Giants are ready to take the next step. My biggest issue with the Giants is it isn't an experienced coaching staff as far as the head coach goes. It's a bunch of new coaches together that haven't worked together, for the most part. And again, there's a lot of inexperience on the defense. I do believe that this offense can carry this team. And again, Kyle Brandt says Barkley will be the best running back in the league. He also thinks that Daniel Jones will have a large part in carrying the Giants to the postseason. If the Giants are going to make the postseason this year, there's no doubt it's going to be behind a new offensive line that's going to protect, an offensive line that's going to grind it out, get yards, and own time of possession with Saquon Barkley, and allow Daniel Jones to also have time so that defenses are not one-dimensional, just pinning their ears back and going after Daniel Jones. The ability to run the ball will certainly set up the play-action pass. It'll help guys like Evan Ingram get open, and it will certainly alleviate that pass rush, which, we had. Snead Solder gave up 59 pressures last year, the most in the NFL. But being able to run the ball certainly makes defensive pass rush a little bit more cautious when you're able to run the ball. It also wears out that defensive line. So obviously, if the Giants are going to make the playoffs, it will be based on the offense. Now, I love the defense. I like a lot of the young guys here. I think they're very talented, but they're very inexperienced. And I just worry that, we don't have that pass rush. We have a lot of young guys out in that secondary that you could see some big plays against the New York Giants this year. It will not surprise me. I still don't think we cleared up the middle of the field. We don't have any coverage linebackers. Now, I do think that you're going to see a lot of nickel sets. I do think you'll see a lot of 2 and 3 safety sets, 3 wide or 3 cornerback sets. I think you might see some dime, to be honest with you. It would not surprise me if you see 6 defensive backs in there where they use a McKinney or they use a Jabril Peppers as a linebacker type of thing, a coverage linebacker, a slot corner, whatever they're going to do. You could see Julian Love in that aspect where he plays some safety, plays some slot corner. Obviously, Darnay Holmes, slot corner as well. So I do think you're going to see a lot of versatility with what the Giants do on defense, but I still worry about the middle of that field. Again, it's a lot of young players, and these young players that have been here that were rookies last year, or a guy like, Lorenzo Carter that was here for 2 years under Sherman, now they have to learn a whole new system with Patrick Graham's defense. So I think it's going to take a little time to get used to. We also have a very tough schedule. So I don't want to sound pessimistic. I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible. I think the Giants do have potential to be a good team. They do have the potential to make the playoffs, especially with the extra playoff spot this year. I just can't count on it yet. They have to show me that they can close out games. They have to show me that they can beat the teams in this division outside of Washington. We haven't beat Dallas or Philadelphia since 2016, and if we're going to take the next step and we're going to make the playoffs, those are 2 teams that we have to find a way to beat. Now, there's twice, the last few years, the Giants have had these 2 teams beat in the first half, only to allow it to get away in the second half. The Black Cat against Dallas, and of course, Pat Shermer not running the ball against Philadelphia a couple of times. We saw it last year. We blew the lead at the first half. We did it in 2018, the same type of thing. We have to find ways to close out games, get some W's, and get some confidence. Let this team know that they can close these games out and can win. That goes a long way in the locker room. You want to talk about culture in the locker room? A winning culture helps the locker room out immensely. So Kyle Brandt comes out and says the Giants are ready to make the playoffs. I hope he's right. I know there's a lot of Giants fans that believe that we can do this. I hope you are right too. I'm not ready to make that statement yet here on June 11th, I think. But, ask me on August 11th. You never know. I might change my tune. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, guys. The Giants ready to make a playoff run? Or are we still a year away? As always, guys, you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!